vision about it, but that you have this energy is the blue energy. You have a vast perspective. You have all the details, and so you have the sense of the big picture and the details within it. I present Clint to you. That's what he did for us. He gave us the big picture, a lot of detail within it, very clear. The PowerPoint is very much this energy also. So that's one energy, and that's how you shift from being intensified in a neurotic way to some sense of touching, maybe just as a glimpse. You could try this. You know, someone starts to get angry at you, without reacting, say, you're very clear. It absolutely cuts the whole thing. It stops them in their tracks. You're very clear. And they are. See, it's like picking out that wisdom. You've honored their clarity. Why would they possibly fight with you? You've honored their clarity. There was a stunning example of this. I was doing a training in Canada. It was a 2-year training, and there was one person who had a lot of this energy, and she'd just go on and on and on, hammering at, you know, different things that she felt were wrong. And she did this in the middle of one of our sort of process meetings about our community. And, you know, I just, you know, said, you know, you're really clear. And it really created like a bond between us, because she could trust me that I could honor her. Anyway, that's an example. So what we do on this path is we see that there are times in which we're in closed energy, neurotic energy, and times when we open. And when we open, we experience a lot of our wisdom, our sanity, our intelligence. And when we're closed, where we're closed, we use as work points. In other words, we don't judge ourselves and go, this keeps happening to me. I become aware of I get closed in these kinds of situations. You know, I get jealous. I get, you know, I fall in love with people all the time. You know, whatever it is, we look at that and we go, I need more awareness around this. The key thing that turns our neurosis into wisdom is our connecting with our heart. A sense of embracing who we are with total loving kindness. When we can do that, and there was a lot happening already in our circle, in this community, when we open our heart, we experience several things. We experience a sense of spaciousness, relaxation, clarity, and warmth. And if we can have that for ourselves first, and then others, that is the journey into getting into our wisdom. We'll be practicing with 5 different postures. And we'll be using these glasses. There are 5 different colors. These are called Wise Eyes, made in China. This is the green set, and you put them on and you look through them while you're in the posture. The color in this work, as I guess opposed to the integral work, is that these colors are based on bioenergetic processes in our body. In other words, the combination of the posture and the color creates certain that we have in our body. And what authenticates this work is that somebody can go into one of these postures without hearing anything about anything, never done any contemplative work, and they can come up with textbook descriptions of what that energy is. That doesn't happen every time to everyone, but it happens enough so that we see that somehow this combination of color and posture has an energetic patterning that's useful to us. Now, because we're mostly neurotic and have our difficulties and struggles and things like that, there's a lot of that energy is in our body, and it blocks us. When we do the postures, it's like we flush out that energy, and we move into what I call our wisdom anatomy. How many people have done yoga here? It's the same thing you're doing in yoga. In other words, working with the channels and working with the chakras, or I call them energy centers. So the more we do the posture, the more we are able to access the wisdom. Now, sometimes we have a honeymoon period with this, and we go, oh, wow, that is great. I just feel, terrific, either very clear or very passionate or whatever. But more likely is that we would come up with some places that we go, more are stuck places. So both can happen. It's sort of like opening a Pandora's box. You never know quite what's going to be there. However many years we might have done personal growth programs and whatnot, when you work psychophysically, when you work with an embodied practice, things come up that you might be surprised about. I have been a dancer all my life. I started dancing when I was 8 and had a career in dance. And so for me, doing something physically, experientially is the name of the game. That's what I do. And so we'll be doing postures, and we'll be doing also some what I call energy exploration, some creative work just to bring out. We'll be doing coloring and walking in the forest and things like that. And it's just to bring out some of the energy, some of what your experience is that you might not have felt in the posture. And then we'll have a chance to discuss and share our experience, and I'll summarize each energy. And a lot of what we're developing here as part of our path is how to read energy. How to read energy is basically, I've coined a phrase, our psychophysical barometer. Does everybody know what a barometer is? Yeah? So it's our psychophysical barometer. This being can read the energy of that being or that being. We become attuned. We sense them. We sense environments. We sense situations. Does that make sense to you? Mm-hmm. Yeah? So we go to more subtle level of being. I mean, we can talk about things, but when we start sensing things, it's a more subtle level. And we could understand things in a very different way below the words or the concepts, the ideas. So energy is not about concrete things, physical things that I can name and touch, like we had the window, we can see and name it. It's not about ideas or concepts. It's about a dimension of energy. Is everybody on the same, do I have you on the same page? When we're going to do tango, I do tango too. I'm looking forward to it. We work with energy. We work with a leader and a follower. And the energetic connection is about what that dance is. That's what it's about. Ultimately, what we find is that